And it's
Radio check.
Testing, testing, testing. Okay, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Just so if you're aware, if you are listening, we are ready to go. Mr. Poem has given the green light, so has Mrs. P. So we are all go. So if you want to ready up, if you are listening, we are all go tonight. Sorry for being a bit late. Trying to, for some reason, I don't have anyone as friends. So, yeah. Anywho, we're in the South America tonight, and we are in Mexico. We are gone to Mexico City for Tier 3 tonight, and we have got a short qualifying followed by a 36 lap race. As we are going now, we need one more person to ready up. There we go. Mr. P is trying to get someone's attention, and we are ready to go. So we've only got 14 drivers tonight, so plenty of points available for people. I will go through the Tier 3 standings after week 3. DD Friend still leads the way. DD Friend leads around 81 points. Wasn't his greatest of races in Hungary, but he's still got 16 points, and more importantly, he still leads Tier 3, followed by the two McLarens. So the two McLarens doing a fantastic job here in Tier 3. 50 Gent with 71. I don't think 50 Gent is racing tonight. I think he is on holiday. If I'm aware of that. Could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure I did not see his name. And Bevan, who of course won the race last week. A really, really good drive from him. Very close to getting my driver of the day. He raced superbly. Really unfortunate not to get driver of the day. But as not sure if anyone saw, but Angry Badger was my driver of the day, starting from the back of the grid and finishing a very good P4. So you got the two McLarens with 71 and 70, and then just 1 point behind them as well is Batman in the Williams. So he'll be looking at trying to gain some points, as it's only Bevan tonight racing. As I thought I did see, it is only Bevan. No 50 Gent. Fifth, we got the Aston Martin of D. Morby. Sixth is Shazam. Seventh is Cowley. Eighth is Mr. Potwash. Ninth is Rotty. And 10th is Angry Badger. We'll just get up all of the details for you. We can have that one. There we go. So, like I said, it is a short qualifying in Mexico City tonight, followed by the 50% race. I think it was 36 laps, if I remember rightly. I could be wrong. Viva says, evening Sainsy, not home yet, but supporting my Merc boys. Yeah, hopefully they do the job tonight. Obviously, DD Friend will want to try and gain more advantage and get some more points ahead of Bevan. And Rotti had a good race in Hungary last week, if I remember rightly. Yes, finished P2, 30 points. So after a rocky start, he's had a really good P2 in Hungary. So we've got Angry Badger out on the mediums, everyone else out on softs. We're going to stay on board with the racing ball car of Craig Wilco, 1982, who is now starting his flying lap. Obviously a lot of ERS will be used down this straight. And it's quite a short track, especially down this straight. And obviously one massive long straight. You can use quite a lot of ERS just down that straight. We're going to see what Craig Wilco's first sector is. And it's going to be a 29.4. We're going to go to Bevan, who's a 28.6, and D Morby is a 28.0, but he's losing a lot more battery. Again, it's quite important to use the battery quite early because for a lot of the track you do get most of it back. Craig Wilco and the McLaren of Bevan quite close here together. I hope it doesn't affect either one. Craig Wilco got a lot of energy here. Needs to use a bit more. Bevan close to the back. So let's see what these guys will cross the line. It's going to affect Bevan, but he should have left a bit more space at the start. Both on laps. Craig Wilco goes a 1:19.2. Bevan beats that with a 1:17.2. Please make sure you do give space when qualifying. But there we go. D Morby goes a 1:16.4. Angry Badger on the mediums goes a 1:27.0. DD Friend, let's go on board with Cowley, goes even quicker of a 1:16.4. But we're going to go on the championship leader now of the McLaren of the Mercedes. My apologies, the Mercedes of DD Friend, coming around the last few corners now. Rossi did go P4 with 1:17.2, and Iron Bat went 1:16.5. DD Friend now crosses the line, and it's going to be a 1:16.6, puts him P4 ahead of his teammate. We're going to go on board with Shazam. Or is it PRV Widget? PRV Widget's just starting his, so we're going to stay on board with Shazam. Shazam obviously in the Haas. There is a caution in sector 1, hopefully nothing too much. I'm sure someone's just getting out of the way. Shazam now round the final corner. I think the Ferrari of Angry Badger is also on the lap. Shazam crosses out 1:16.5 and Angry Badger goes 1:17.5. Let's go on board with the other racing ball of PRV Widget. Bakeley Gaming says, come on the V-Carbs. Yeah, hopefully they can do a job tonight for you. As PRV Widget now comes round the final corner. Again, you can use the inside here to try and get a bit more time ahead. And PRV Widget's going to cross the line to 1:17.4. But he must have invalidated, and I wasn't paying attention, because he has invalidated somewhere. Anyway, I think Rotti is on a lap. Looks like he could be. So we're going to stay on board with the Mercedes driver. Obviously did not come into the pits. So Rotty trying something different here. Let's see what his Sector 2 time will be. He's 4 tenths up, so don't think he's going to improve. But we will stay on board with him just because I don't think anyone else is on a lap. Mr. Potwash is actually on a lap, so we'll go down to him in a second. Let's just see if Rotty will come into the pits. He doesn't. He stayed out. Let's go on board with Mr. Potwash though. Mr. Potwash invalidated, so he's just trying to get a bit more battery. Get the battery off, try and charge it as much as you can. As the top 3 are all on out laps. Mr. Potwash is going to start his flying lap now. He crashes into the wall and he comes into the pits. Let's go on board with the other Ferrari of Cinders. Let's see what his Sector 1 time will be. So 28.8. Again, I feel like there could be possibly a few penalties for track limits tonight. It's a very tough track, especially in Sector 2. And as you can see, round these corners, very easy just to go over the curbs. Again, I might be completely wrong. Hopefully the Mercedes gets out of the way because he's holding up Cinders here. He's not. He did get out of the way, but it's very late and it did affect Cinders, unfortunately, there. Cinders is going to lose a lot of time now. I think he probably lost a second. He does come into the pits. Rotty's gone for another lap on them softs. But we're going to go on board with... Let's go on board with the Red Bull. Is he on the lap? It looks like he is. Let's go on board with Cowley. Currently P1. Currently provisional pole. Let's see if he can improve his second sector. Is he improving? He is by 10th. So at the moment he's going even quicker. Let's see what he can do in this final sector. Goes a bit wide in that last corner, but I don't think it affects too much. Round the last corner now. And comes into the pits. Must have got affected by it. I Am Batman going quicker. He's a 10th up in the first sector, which is huge. Could put him in P1 at this moment. D Mawberry's come into the pits. So them both didn't set a time. We're going to stay on board, or do we go to Rotty? He is just, I think he's just practicing, so we're going to go on board with Iron Batman, who's 4 tenths, nearly 4 tenths up here. So at this moment in time, he could even get into the 1:15s here. We'll wait and see. He's got the DRS in a second. He's going to have the ERS, uses the inside to get as quicker to the line, and it's going to be a 1:15.9. There we go. We're in the 1:15s, ladies and gentlemen. DD Friend has gone wide, so he won't be setting a lap. Bevan goes up to P4 with 1:16.5. But what a great lap by the Williams of Iron Batman. The first driver to get into the 1:15s. Can anyone even come close to that? That's what Ziggleston does. He's a 10th up on his previous time. Let's see if he can improve in the last sector. As he comes round the final corner now. ERS is on. Let's wait and see. It's a 1:17.7. Doesn't improve. I don't think, maybe by 10th. I don't think it was that much. If he did. Let's go to Mr. Potwash, who's actually just started his lap. So we'll stay on board with Craig Wilco. who is 6 tenths up. So he's not going to be on a lap here, I don't think. So we're going to stay. I think he might just set a time, actually, Craig Wilco. We've just done his flying lap. So we're going to go on board with Mr. Potwash in the Kick Sauber. Obviously hasn't set a time yet. As D. Mowbray and Cowley are out for their flying laps once more. So not sure if they're going to have enough time for two, but because 6 minutes still left in this session. Mr. Potwash 57 something. I didn't see exactly what it was. Went a bit too quick for my eyes. As Mr. Potwash now going to cross the line, and it's going to be a 1:17.1. Puts him P6. Let's go on board with the Ferrari of Cinders, who has invalidated. So we're going to go on board with someone else. Let's go on board with Angry Badger in the other Ferrari. Let's go watch the Ferrari, boys. And Angry Badger, second sector. He's half a second up. So can he get into the 1:16s? Might get him up to P6. There's a caution in sector 3. I don't think it's too severe. As Angry Badger now can use the inside a bit. There we go. And it's going to be a 1:16.9. So puts him P6. Let's go on board with D. Mowbray. Let's see if he is on the lap. I think they're bailing out of him, to be honest. Cowley's done the same thing. He's come into the pits once more. And so has D. Mowbray. So both D. Mowbray and Cowley not actually setting times. We're going to stay on board now with your championship leader, DD Friend, who didn't have a very good first corner. Don't think it affected it too much. Did go over the grass a tiny bit, but luckily didn't lose too much traction there. Let's see what his first sector is. As you can tell, it didn't affect him. He's now a 10th up. As Warm for the Rest says, Mega Lap Ghost. Yeah, very much so. I don't think he even has to go out again. He might do to try and get an even better lap, but at this moment in time, I can't see anyone beating. Can't see anyone else getting in the 1:15s. Might be completely wrong, but as DD Friend has bailed out of his lap once again. So let's go on board with D. Mowbray, who's it's about the same as his first sector. He's in his flying lap. So let's see if he can improve in his second sector. As he goes wide, so he won't be setting a better lap. Let's go on board with the carbs of PRV Widget. Got his teammate just ahead of him, so they're working together here, getting a bit of a slipstream. These two are the only two actually on laps, so we're going to have to stay on board with them. Trying something a bit different here, the racing balls. As they're probably both on flying laps, I'd say. Yeah, they're both on flying laps. So let's go with Craig Wilco first, because obviously he will be the first to cross that first sector. Then we'll go straight back to PRV Widget, see what they're both doing. Craig Wilco is half a second up. PRV Widget is half a second up, so they're both improving mega here. Working very well as a team here, it looks like. Let's see what Craig Wilco's second sector is. Bit of a competition here between the two. He is 8 tenths up, and PRV Widget is 7 tenths up. So they're going to be probably going ahead of, I don't know, they could be going up to 8th or 9th here. as Craig Wilco going to cross the line, and it's going to be a 1:17.5, puts him P9, and PRV Widget goes P6, couldn't find him for a second, with a 1:16.8, so there we go. PRV Widget, what a lap by him. It'll be his last one, but he is out, and he is P6. Rotti has crossed the line, he goes P4 with a 1:16.4, so goes ahead of Bevan, DD Friend, PRV Widget, I believe. I think he was down in P8. We're going to go on board with DD Friend then. Or should we try and find someone who's a bit closer? I think... Let's go on board with Cinders for a second on the Ferrari. I think he is on a lap. He's 1.5 seconds up, so... where's Ferrari? I think Wilco will be coming into the pits. No, Wilco's gone for another flying lap. We're going to have to go on board with DD Friend then, who's a 10th up on his first sector. Well, let's go on board with Angry Badger, who's just ahead of DD Friend. Just trying to find as much action as possible here for you guys, as Angry Badger is 4 temps up. DD Friend is 4 temps up, so they're both mega improving here, but their problem is they have no ERS left. Don't need too much for these last few corners, but it'd be quite nice to have a bit just to cross the line with, as Angry Badger crosses the line, and it's a 1:16.5, puts him P6, but then DD Friend goes nearly P1 with a 1:16.0. Look how close that is. Cowley is 3 temps up. D Morbury, let's go to him. Let's see what he's going to cross the line. The Aston Martin going to cross the line. ERS is on, and it's a 1:16.8, so won't improve. Let's go on board with Cowley, who crashes into the wall in the last corner. I'm not sure what happened, but Cowley lost the back end, and he just completely just crashed into the wall. I have no idea what happened. Rotti isn't on a lap. Angry Badger's not on a lap. Let's go to Shazam, who is going to cross the line, and it's P11, does improve, and goes P11. But there we go. Iron Batman's second flying lap is the winner, and he will start on pole, but just from DD Friend. DD Friend really close there to getting that pole position. He'll be happy with P2. Can't go wrong with P2. Bevan even creeps up to P3. I didn't even see that in the McLaren. Cowley will be really disappointed, because what I saw of his lap, he was about 3 or 4 temps up. So he could have easily got pole there. But it looks like a cracking race ahead. The top 7 are separated by about half a second. So it looks like it's going to be really close. And like I say, this track is so difficult with penalties, especially in that sector 2. Got to be really careful around here. So a lot to play for, but the Williams of Iron Batman has taken pole here in Mexico this evening for Tier 3. We are just going to have a 5-minute break. Get yourself a drink, go to the toilet, and then we'll be back for the race. Can Iron Batman go from pole and get the race win, or will the championship leader of DD Friend overtake Iron Batman and win? Or will the McLaren of Bevan get 2 wins from 2? Will it be another win for the McLaren? We'll wait and see. Or will it be someone else? Again, 5-minute break, and we will be back. I am back and we are nearly underway. As certified deck says up the Aston Lions. And also, I missed the other two. Viva said DD P2, Rotti P6. Good starting positions. Fingers crossed for the race. Yeah, DD Friend really close to get pole as well. So great race I think we got on our hands tonight. Iron Shin says Cowley decided he didn't want to race at this track anymore today. Yeah, it looked like it. He just gave up on life. And he just thought, nah, I really want to crash into that wall. But, you know, a lot to play for still. And he also said, come on, the V-Carbs. I think they're about P8 and 10, maybe 11th. So, again, a lot of points to play for tonight. With it not being a full grid, there's plenty of points available for everyone. We are going to be underway very shortly because it has been 5 minutes now. So hopefully we will be going any second now. So we are ready. 34 past. It's 35. So hopefully we can go any second. As here we go. We got the 3 lights, got the 4, we got the 5, and we are green and we are underway. Let's go on board with Iron Batman. It's a really long straight, isn't it, down here? So Bevan has already taken DD Friend down into P4. We need to find the tyres. That can go away, and there we go. DD Friend at P4, Rotti P5, D Morbury is P3, Bevan P2, and Iron Batman does lead the race still. Cowley on the hards, as well as Cinders and Goofy. Doesn't look like Keznator got here in time, so he won't be racing tonight. And as you can see, Iron Batman already got a 1.3 second lead. Let's go on the position changes. Again, it looked like quite a good start from DD Friend. It didn't look like he had that bad of a start, but he's lost 3 positions just down that straight. D Morby up 2 and Rotti up 2. Obviously, hopefully the 2 Mercedes will work together. And Cowley did start on them hards, which is danger with an early safety car possibly. I think it probably will be a 2-stopper tonight. I'll be surprised if it's a 1-stopper. I might be wrong, but it looks like with 36 laps it'll be tough to get a 1-stopper on this new game. As we got movement at the back, not too short. It looked like it was Shazam. It was. Shazam is making a move on Mr. Potwash. They're side by side. And they do collide. Shazam come up a lot worse than Mr. Potwash. Too sure if someone could have left a bit more space, or Shazam should have pulled out of it. But we carry on. As there is there's quite close. The top 5. Obviously losing a tiny bit is Cowley, but he is on the hard tyres. He's got to try and stay as close as. He's got a bit of a gap to Mr. Potwash. Needs them hard tyres to start working. It'll be a hard track to get these hards round, but in about 4 or 5 laps they will become the better tyre. Again, with this dirty air, it's going to be really hard to overtake. Iron Batman still outside of DRS. We're going to go on board with Rotti though, because he's the only one it looks like will probably have DRS. I'm not too sure if the others got it. They didn't. It didn't look like it anyway. There you go. Look how close Rotty is now to D Morbury. As Bevan is now catching up the Williams of Iron Batman. And these four starting to lose the backs of DD Friend and Cowley. Angry Badger has got past Mr. Potwash. As let's go on board. We're going to stay on board with this because I don't think Bevan's close enough, but I definitely think Rotty has got a very, very good chance here to get himself up to P3. Looks really quick. We're going to have to go to the lead though because Bevan has got some great straight line speed. He hasn't overtaken. Rotty is up to P3. D Morbury still tries to fight back, but I think Rotty will have the DRS here as well, so he'll get away a tiny bit, and Rotty is now up to P3 and up 3 places since the start, so he is having a brilliant race so far. DD Friend caught up to the back of these two with them two squabbling, did go wide there. Angry Badger has got himself past Cowley, so Cowley really struggling on them hard tyres. As Kingy OG says, let's go Aston, and then for some reason he wrote dirty. As there is a big accident, I think it was someone. Is it DD Friend? It is DD Friend's championship leader. He has spun it in sector 2, and he is now down in P11. D Morbury picks up a 3-second time penalty, and then Keo GC also says, let's go Ziggy. Ziggy up 3 positions in P10. Bevan now, can he have a go into turn 1? Iron Batman goes defensive. Bevan has to go the long way and will have to stay behind. But there is a great battle here for P1 and 2. As D Morbury has actually got back ahead of Rotty. So these two fighting. Iron Batman's going to have to push Bevan wide if he can. They leave each other space. They don't really actually, and they have collided. Hopefully there's not too much damage on either car. And Bevan has taken that position. So Bevan now up to P1. Wasn't the cleanest of moves, but there we go. Bevan up to P1. Hopefully neither of them have damage. I will just go back to the tyre thing because I know people like that. As you can see, Cowley actually has pitted. So Cowley has come into the pit. So has DD Friend. So not the best of races from them at the moment. Cowley obviously not a fan of them hards, or did have some damage. As Doug said, lol. Yeah. I was like, it's quite clean racing, and then them two just crashed into each other. But you know, at least it doesn't look like either of them have damage, so we can carry on with the battle. Iron Batman has got DRS. D Morbury has got a 3-second time penalty. So has PRV Widget, and so has Cowley. I think it could be a big factor at the end of this race, the penalty situation. Again, like I said, that sector 2 is a killer for penalties. I have experienced that firsthand, which I'm probably sure that whoever's listening as well, has as well. It's a really tough track not to get any warnings and be quick. So let's go on board with Rotty, because he's having a great little battle still with D Morbury in the Aston Martin. Rotty has somehow got past D Morbury. It's not a very good camera angle there. I'm guessing D Morbury must have gone wide, and the Mercedes of Rotty is back ahead. But unfortunately for him, I think he's about to lose it again, because I think D Morbury will have the DRS and will go ahead, as there's a caution in sector 2 and we have a safety car, I believe. We do. We have a full course safety car, which is really annoying for the top 3 because they didn't have enough time to pit. They should have pitted. They're really in trouble here. This is huge. They didn't get time to pit. They were just there. It came out at the wrong time, and the top 3, the top 3. I'm surprised Craig Walker didn't pit, but the top 3 are going to really struggle from this. This has worked out brilliant for Rotti and Angry Badger, but for the likes of the top 3, they needed to pit. I don't think they had the chance to. Unless they can pit at the end of this lap, I think the other drivers will catch up by then. So, as Vivas, put out a perfect point. D Morbury should have pitted because he was behind Rotti, and he didn't. He wasn't. I guess Rotti was very clever about the situation, and D Morbury didn't really spot it. But yeah, and Bevan and Batman just being too quick. Couldn't agree more. They can't really pit now, so I don't really know what they do. I'd be surprised if they come into the pits, but they are. They're both in the pits. I'm very surprised by this, but Bevan and Iron Batman are in the pits. They're going to come out probably last. Possibly. They're definitely not going to be in the same situation as Rotti or Angry Badger or Mr. Potwash or PRV Widget. This race has completely turned around, because there was a 2-horse race for this race win at one point, and now Iron Batman and Bevan have come out in P9 and 10. Obviously a lot more racing to go, but this has worked out brilliantly for Rotti. He must be the favourite now to win it, or Angry Badger, or Mr. Potwash. They got to be the three favourites at the moment. As Craig Wilco picks up a 10-second penalty for severe collision with D Morbury, which is a killer for him in that racing ball car. As Craig Wilco comes into the pits, I guess, to serve his 10-second penalty. Yeah. So the only person to left the pit is the Aston Martin of D Morbury. So hopefully the safety car will be in this lap. It might not be because Craig Wilco's got to catch up back. But we'll wait and see. He is catching up quite quickly. As the safety car is in this lap, I believe. I didn't actually see it, but it looks like it is. It is, yep. So as we get underway, Dee Mowbray will start us off, but he's going to have Rotty right on the back of him, who's on very, very newer tyres to the Aston Martin. Of course, they were fighting beforehand. Rotty comes into pits and they're still right behind him. Angry Badger and Mr. Potwash going to have a really good battle here into turn one. Mr. Potwash does stay behind, and he's going to have PRV Widget on the back of him here. But he also will stay behind. Rotty now, will he have a go into this corner? He's got to get past the Aston Martin as quickly as he can. He's on them fresher tyres. I think he's going to do it in here. He's really clever move, and he is up to P1. A really clever move there by the Mercedes. Really, really good. Just waited, knew he had the tyre advantage, and he is now up to P1. Let's see how long Dee Mowbray can keep these cars behind before they start getting frustrated. Iron Batman and Bevan. Iron Batman actually got back ahead of Bevan in that pit stops, I'd like to say as well. So really good from the Williams, unless he overtook on that first lap, which I didn't see. As Cowley is caught up to the back of Ziggleston. Cowley stays behind as Angry Badger is now up to P2. Takes Dee Mowbray, but they're going to be side by side. Angry Badger does leave the space and he is up to P2. Mr. Potwash now going to have a go with Dee Mowbray surely down this straight. He's just got to stay behind, get that DRS, and he will be ahead. Dee Mowbray's got to try and do a one-stopper here. That's the only way he's going to do anything in this race. Mr. Potwash, surely this is going to be an easy move for him, and it is. Mr. Potwash now up to P3. PRV Widget's going to have a go here as well. Can he take that position from the Aston? He does not. He stays behind. Cowley and Iron Batman having a battle here for P6 and 7. So Iron Batman doing all he can as it's free wide here into this corner. You got Bevan, you got Iron Batman and Cowley. They collide again. Batman doesn't leave enough space. Got to leave space. They did turn in a bit and they crashed into Cowley as well. DD Friend getting involved in this now as well. But Rossi has picked up a 3-second time penalty, which is massive news for the leader of this race. Batman, Cowley, Bevan and DD Friend all separated by about a second here, as you can see on the screen as well. As Viva said, I would not want to be Dee Mowbray right now, having raced here in Tier 2 already. with 12 lap mediums. They must feel absolutely disgusting around this track. It's hard enough with brand new tyres around Mexico. As Iron Batman now takes Dean Marbury for 5th place. Cowley has lost his front wing, I think, as well. Crashes into the back. I think he has front wing damage. Not too sure how much. Saw a bit come off. As Bevan picks up a 10-second penalty for corner cutting. I'm not sure what the hell happened there, which is really bad for the McLaren. I have no idea what's happened there. Let's go stay on board with Cowley. As Viva said, beautiful stuff. Bolt it, Rossi. But again, he's only 2.4 seconds. He has that penalty. Doug says, why are they making 3 wide in there? So silly. Yeah, it was always gonna lead to a collision there in that corner. It was never ever gonna work. As about 7 cars here involved from P6 all the way down to P12 really. Every car trying to get past Dean Marbury. I feel really sorry for the guy. It must be a horrible, horrible feeling. If he can do 2 more laps on them mediums, he can go on to the hards and then that'll be it. He can do a 1-stopper. But that's the only thing he can do right now. Cowley has gone wide. He's now fighting with Cinders in that Ferrari. And he's lost out big time. And he's down in P10. Will fight back with the Ferrari. Can he keep hold of it? Bevan now back up to P9. Look how quickly Iron Batman has got ahead of D Friend and people like that. D Marbury picks up a 3-second time penalty. There's 7 cars now with time penalties. He even said DD finding his feet now, hopefully. Yeah, hopefully. Again, he's on 9 lap hards now, so he's probably going to have to go either. Hopefully, he might have another set of hards. You never know. But he's probably got to go on to mediums for another 12 laps. As Cowley has come into the pits, so he must have had front wing damage. We're going to go on board with Bevan. Trying to get ahead of the Aston Martin now. It should be quite easy and has. The Bevan now up to P7, but with that massive 10-second penalty. But look at the front of the race. Angry Badger is absolutely flying here. And he is only 4/10 behind Rossi. He has come out of nowhere. He's at 3.5 seconds 4 laps ago. So he is on a charge. And Rossi, he has a 3-second time penalty. So all Angry Badger's got to do is stay behind here. Don't get any penalties. DD Friend and Iron Batman catching up to the back of PRV Widget now and Mr. Potwash. Bit of a gap between the top 2 here. As Rossi nearly just crashed into the wall. Angry Badger is going to have that DRS and ERS. Rossi obviously going defensive. Going to have to make Angry Badger go the long way round. Angry Badger does get the head, but he has to go the long way. Going to try the switch back. Trying to get Rossi out of position. Can he have a go here into this next one? He's got DRS open again. ERS I'm sure will be open as well. Angry Badger side by side. It's going to have the inside line. They're side by side. Really good racing from the pair. Really, really good racing. Rossi defending super well. Still side by side. But Angry Badger has now got the position. Angry Badger up to P1. So there we go. The Ferrari is now winning this race. You don't say that much in this season, do you? In real life. So the Ferrari is winning the race, not the McLaren. Not the Red Bull, not the Mercedes, but the Ferrari is winning this race. As I Am Batman DD Friend has caught up to the back of Mr. Potwash. And, sorry, just Mr. Potwash. Mr. Potwash obviously probably starting to struggle on them mediums. Not as much as Dean Marbury. He's probably having a horrible, horrible time right now. He's now in 13th position. Hasn't gone well for the Aston Martin here. As Rossi, I was watching DD Friend, Rossi has got back past the Aston Martin. Cowley has gone quickest with a 1:19.7. D. Marbury finally pits onto a set of hards. He's got to get them to the race end now. As Mr. Potwash is now down in P6, lost out to Iron Batman and DD Friend. It's going to be tough for Rossi if Angry Badger doesn't pick up a time penalty here. They probably got to get these hards to lap. It looks like it's going to have to be about lap 25, these hards, because their mediums don't seem like they last very long unless you got another set of hards. If you got another set of hards, it looks like it's the race tyre. Looks like it's it looks like it's the easier tyre to look after. As Angry Badger now has a go into turn 1, and that was a much easier move for the Ferrari. But these two squabbling has brought PRV Widget back into contention a bit. Now he's still 4 seconds, but it has gone down by about half a second in this lap alone. Viva says, Ferrari going to win at Mexico again? Possibly. Possibly. It looks very much in his favour at the moment with not a penalty. Iron Batman, DD Friend looking good steg as well. Obviously anything can happen with if there's a safety car or anything like that. So a lot to play for still. Very much so. Doug says, I'll be happy for Badger, to be fair. And then Mr. Poem said, Ferrari not dead yet. Rotty or Badger, I wouldn't mind either winning. Yeah, I think it'll be the first wins for either of them this season. So big chances here for the two. Angry Badger now is 1.6 seconds ahead of Rotty. So Rotty hasn't had a greatest of laps here. And Angry Badger is out of DRS. There's 6 cars with no penalties, and then I'll show you the penalties just so everyone is aware. So you've got Rotty with 3 seconds, PRV Widget with 3 seconds. You've got Bevan with 10. I'm not having a clue what happened there with Bevan. I'm sure he just probably missed his braking point or something. Ziggleston has 3. Goofy has 6. Mr. Potwash has 3. Cowley has 3. And D. Morby has 6. Viva, just like I said, Viva said Bevan would take a safety car with his 10-second pen, I'd imagine. Yeah, he'd be praying for one, otherwise he is in big trouble. We're actually going to go on board down here because these three, Iron Batman, DD Friend and Bevan, are really close together. Bevan has a really good exit. And he is ahead of DD Friend, who also picked up a 3-second time penalty. Really good move there from Bevan. Obviously, DD Friend on them older tyres. He's got to try and get them longer, unless he has another set of hards in his locker. You're not going to get mediums to 16 laps, even though the fuel is coming down. Bevan now, he's surely got a chance to get ahead of Iron Batman. And he does. So Bevan up to P4, makes 2 moves in about half a lap. So really good there from Bevan, but with Iron Batman not having a penalty yet, a lot of trouble here for Bevan. obviously he can get rid of it in the pit stop, but and if anyone would like to know, Germany versus Spain in the Women Euros 2025 is 0-0 at this moment in time. Obviously, the winner will play England. So, if anyone is interested who's racing, there we go. As we are lap 20 of 36. Kind of all gaps now in the field are set for Bevan, Iron Batman and DD Friend. Goofy picks up a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. Let's go on board a bit further down the field of Cinders and Ziggleston. These two having a really good battle here for Ferrari. Can he get ahead of the Aston Martin? He doesn't, so he stays behind. We're going to stay on board though at the moment. Rotti now 2.5 seconds ahead behind Angry Badger. So Angry Badger flying away from Rotti at this moment in time. Cinders has got past Ziggleston. They're going to fight into this corner, still side by side. Nice racing, but the Ferrari has better exit, and he is now up to P8. We're going to go back up to DD Friend, fighting with his championship contender, Iron Batman, and Bevan as well. Bevan now 1.7 seconds ahead of Iron Batman. So Bevan really quick at this moment in time in this race. As Cowdy picks up a 3-second time penalty. So we're now down to 4 with no penalties. As someone has just pitted, and it is Bevan and Iron Batman. So let's see what tyres they're going to go on. Bevan obviously can't get anything done for 10 seconds. Let's see what tyre Batman goes on for. It is a set of mediums. He's got to do 14 laps, which is going to be really, really tough. Bevan had another set of hards. So Bevan got a really good chance here. As Craig Wilco has crashed somewhere. And are we going to have a full course safety car? Or has he retired in the pits? He retired in the pits, so that isn't a problem. I think you have to get these hards longer. Iron Batman, it's got really tough to get 14 laps out of them mediums. As Vera told me, yeah, it was the pits, so we're all good. Let's stay on board with the leader, though, Angry Badger, who's going to obviously stay out at this moment in time. We're at 23 now, 36. Any time now, I think people will start coming in. The top 8 will all have to pit again. I'm guessing Mr. Potwash, D. Morbury won't pit. Cowley's going to be tough not to pit. He's got to try though. As Ziggleston and Cinders is in the pit, so Ziggleston goes back up to P6. Let's go to Cinders, see what tyre he goes on, which is a medium. So people are going for that medium for a longer stint. Of course you can, Moody. The penalty situation is as followed. There we go. We got Rotti on 3, Widget on 3, DD Friend on 3, Ziggleston on 3. You got Mr. Potwash on 3, Goofy is on 12, D. Morbury is on 6, and Cowley is on 6. As Bevan did take his penalty, and he's only about a second now behind Iron Batman. So Bevan done really well there. And he is only a second now behind the Williams. There you stops. Cinders and Cowley both on 3 stoppers at the moment. There your position changes. So your biggest winners are Angry Badger up 6, Rotti has pitted, so we won't go him. But Ziggleston up 7 and Goofy up 6. So a lot of position changes as well. Rotti has gone for a set of mediums. We're going to stay on board with the McLaren though, who looks really quick this evening. Will be really frustrated about his 10-second penalty. As one for the rest said, Batman had a new wing. Makes sense. That's why they're so close then. As I will just be back in 2 seconds. I will stay on board with Bevan because that battle looks very tasty, and I'll be back in 2 seconds. I apologise. I am back, ladies and gentlemen. Angry Badger is gone absolutely crazy. He's on a set of softs, which is very surprising, but I don't think it does 10 lap softs, but we'll wait and see. Iron Batman and Bevan still fighting for P7 and 8. Rotti is about 3-4 seconds behind Angry Badger, who is now back up to P1. Shazam and Ziggleston still haven't pitted. Angry Badger's got to be really, really careful on this tyre. And even Viva said, Badger softs. It is like a proper Ferrari strategy that they've got. I just didn't see why would he risk it? You just go for a set of mediums. He's risked so much. I know he's going to be quick, but for how long? How are these tyres actually going to get to the end? He's going to be. I guess he's going to go fastest lap here, which he doesn't actually. He gets a 1:18.9. Not too sure who has the fastest lap then. It's Bevan with a 1:18.964, so very close between the two. But as Bevan even goes even quicker now, 1:18.7. So he is flying and ahead of Iron Batman now. No, so Bevan's got a really good chance because he's obviously 3.7 seconds behind Ziggleston and Mr. Potwash. But obviously Ziggleston, Shazam's got a pit. So really he's probably a net 3, I'd say, with the penalty situation. think it's just a very weird choice for Angry Badger to go softs. I just don't see them lasting. Mr. Potwash now has caught up to Ziggleston. I think Ziggleston will probably come into the pits very shortly, but if he doesn't come in this lap, which he does, Mr. Potwash now up to P4. Shazam stays out another lap. He was and ahhing, and I saw him just kind of move out the way of it. Thought he would have come into the pits, but he hasn't. Oh, as Badger has picked up a time penalty, 3-second time penalty. So Bevan has actually got a chance to win this race still. Anyone's still got a chance to win this race. I keep on saying just Bevan, but Mr. Potwash has, Rotty has. Yeah, it's still very much up in the air, especially if there's a safety car. Even someone like Iron Batman or Cinders, they got a great chance for podiums because you bunch them all up again with penalties. Anything, it's like so much is going to change. As 50 Gent is watching, he said Bevan for P1. Cowley has picked up a 3-second time penalty. Angry Badger now 5 seconds ahead of Rotty. And there is your penalty situation. Cowley up is 9 seconds now. Goofy is 18. D. Mowbray is 6, and the rest are 3. And there is obviously a couple that haven't, which are Shazam, who still has not pitted. Bevan, who obviously had that 10-second, but did you serve it in the pits? Cinders. And Iron Batman has come into the pit. So Iron Batman set of softs, and he is gone to something very extreme here. Iron Batman pitting for a set of softs. Obviously did not think his tyres were going to last to the end. Shazam still hasn't pitted, which I am very surprised about. Is he trying to get these tyres 30 laps pretty much? Is he trying to get to the end on them, do you think? Be interesting if Shazam comes in this lap. He doesn't, he stays out another one. So Shazam is staying out once again. He's trying something bold. He must be going to the end here on that tyre. As there's a 5-second gap between Angry Badger and Rotty. But how are them softs feeling already? 5 laps in, there's still 6 laps. He's got to do 11 laps on that tyre. As Viva says, the softs will die off, to be fair, to be honest. Yeah, I just don't see how it works. As Bevan now up to P3, and he's 7 seconds behind Rotty and 12 seconds behind Angry Badger. Let's see what he can do, as Rotty has picked up another 3-second time penalty, so he is now up to 6. Bevan's got to be favourite here to try and challenge Angry Badger. Surely. Shazam picks up a 3-second time penalty, so we're now down to 3 drivers with no time penalties, which are Bevan, Cinders and Iron Batman. Shazam will be really annoyed by that. 23 laps on them hards as well. They must feel absolutely disgusting. And I don't even know if he's come into the pits. He hasn't. He stayed out once again. PRV widget now will take Shazam. Let's go on board with Angry Badger. Let's see how them softs look. still think Bevan's got a really good chance here of winning this race. I can't see them hards lasting to the end. Not hard, sorry. I can't see them softs lasting to the end. I just think it's going to be so difficult to get them softs to the end. It's difficult to get mediums 10 laps, let alone softs. He's 4 seconds ahead of Rotti, so Rotti is closing in on Angry Badger now. Bevan 6.2 seconds behind of Rotti. Mr. Potwash only a second behind Bevan. DD Friend now. We're going to go on board with DD Friend because he has caught up to Shazam, and Shazam obviously just tyres are gone, so DD Friend up to P6. Cinder's in a great spot here for the Ferrari, so it looks like a good day for the Ferrari boys. Batman, let's go on board with him. Behind Goofy on their new softs. Should be an easy move for him. Goofy tries to go defensive, but Iron Batman just obviously flies by him. And Iron Batman now up to P11. Got to try and gain as much time as he can. Rotti is 3 seconds now behind Angry Badger, and Bevan 4 seconds. So the top three separated by about 8 seconds. I know it's only 4 laps left, but I don't think this race is over at all. I think there is still so much to play for, especially because Bevan has not got a penalty. I think this could literally go down to the wire. I think this is going to be so close by the end. There's still 3 laps. Bevan is closing in. Them softs must starting to feel horrible. Let's go on board with Shazam, D. Mowbray and Cinders. Obviously both looking to get past Shazam in the Haas. Shazam has done 26 laps on that hard now, which is mega impressive. Don't think it's going to be worth it at the end of the day. But again, it's a great effort. 26 laps on that tyre. They must be about 80% by now, surely. As there's a caution in Sector 2. As Angry Badger has had some sort of spin, because not only has he lost out to Rotti, he's lost out to Bevan. Angry Badger has had some sort of absolute disaster there, and he is now down in P3. So Angry Badger has lost out. So frustrated for the guy, because it was his for the take in this win. It was his. All he needs to do was go on the mediums, and he would have won this. As Vivas just shouts Badger, and then Tesco Mildo says, "Come on, Bevan, Bevan." It's Bevan's the win now. Can't see anyone else doing it. Angry Badger's tyres are gone. They're gone. 2 laps to go. It's so disappointing, because he deserved to win this race. He did everything right until going on to these softs. Let's go on board with Cinders though, who is fighting with the Aston Martin of D. Mowbray. And Cinders now up to P7. Cowley picks up a 3-second time penalty. They're still fighting, these two. But as you see, the Ferrari has now got P7. As Bevan and Rotti having a battle here for P1. Rotti will have obviously the DRS, and it should be a pretty easy overtake down the straight here. They're side by side, and Bevan is even past him before the DRS. Mr. Potwash Angry Badger has come into the pits. So Angry Badger's tyres are just completely gone. DD Friend is now up to P3. So the Mercedes P2 and P3 at this moment in time. I'll have a quick look at the pits. Angry Badger comes out in P10. So it's looking like such a good day for the Ferraris. And there we go. There's your penalty situation. So Rotti, if he stays there, it should be okay. But I like the look of Cinders. If he can get a bit closer, got a great chance to moving up. Be tough, but especially on 12 lap mediums. But Bevan will go and win this race unless anything crazy happens with no penalties. There's 3 drivers now without penalties, which is Bevan, Cinders and Iron Batman. As Certified Dexter could be looking at a puncture now. I think that's why Angry Badger probably came to pits. I'm sure he probably had a puncture or something like that. Destroyer Drax says, let's go, Bevan! Yeah, gonna win this race, it looks like. Mr. Poem says, Papia strong. Viva, Bevan winning with a 10-second pen. That is mad. That is pretty mad, actually. He's had such good pace, though, in this race. Like, if he didn't have that 10-second penalty, he would have won this race easily. Easily. Destroyer Jack says, yeah, hard work paid off with right strategy and engineering. Mr. Poem, 5 places. Do hard work, get good fruit, says Destroyer Jack. And then Viva is happy with the Mercs. P2 and P3 could switch around. Could be DD Friend P2, Rotti P3. We'll wait and see. Obviously, we're on the last lap now. And as Bevan now comes round the final corner, it's a brilliant drive from the McLaren. Got a 10-second penalty, and he's only gone and won. It's second week in a row the McLaren has gone and won this race. Rotti will come down P2, but he'll finish in P3 just by Mr. Potwash 1/10. DD Friend does take P2. PRV Widget, great drive from him, P5. Cinders, P6. 7th will go to D Morbury. 8th will be Ziggleston. 9th will be Shazam, who just about keeps ahead of Angry Badger, who will be absolutely fuming in that car. Iron Batman 11th. Goofy will take 12th. And Cowley will come down in 13th. Yeah, again, a brilliant drive from the McLaren. That is an unbelievable drive. And there we go. The McLaren is on top for the 2nd week running. Bevan has only gone and won another race. First in Hungary, then in Mexico. And as you can see, the 2 Mercs of DD Friend and just about Rotti join the podium places. As the race winner, as you can see, was Bevan. The fastest lap was Bevan. The driver of the day was Bevan. And the most overtakes was DD Friend, according to F125. As there we go. There is your final grid. I'll go through it quickly just before it finishes. Bevan, P1. 2nd was DD Friend. 3rd was Rotti. 4th was Mr. Potwash. 5th was PRV Widget. 6th was Cinders. 7th was D Morbury. 8th was Ziggleston. 9th was Shazam. 10th was Angry Badger. 11th was Iron Batman. 12th was Goofy. 13th was Cowley. And then who did not finish was Wilco. And that's tier 3 done for another week. I think we might have a new championship. No, I doubt we will actually. I think DD Friend would have kept his place. He had a 10-second lead over 11-point lead over um he had an 11-second lead over Bevan, so it'd be close, but again Bevan doing all he can there. But yeah, that's tier 3 done for another week. Obviously we have got plenty more for UFRL throughout the week, Friday and Saturday. But yeah, tier 3 will be back next Wednesday. It was a great drive, great watch. Hope you all enjoyed. Let's just go through a few comments before we finish. Tunnel Vision says Mercedes versus McLaren. It could be that in tier 3. Tunnel Vision also said Bevan dominance. Yeah. And it could be Bevan getting promoted to tier 2 very soon. Hopefully it is a season of Bevan and DD Friend and Iron Batman and all the others fighting for the championship. But we'll wait and see. Anyway, that was a great race. Enjoyed that. And I will see you all very soon. Anyway, good night, guys. Bye-bye.